Hello and welcome to season 9 of Food Journey. Today, we are examining the interesting concept of creating your own signature dishes. How do you come up with original food concepts or customize existing ones to suit your desired taste? Come with me as we go step by step from thought to execution and see how you too can become the author of what you eat for your personal pleasure and ultimately the pleasure of others.
To create an original dish, you need objective, direction. What look, taste, texture? Ask yourself, hot, cold, savory, sweet, sour, bitter? Will it be an adaptation? And then begin experimenting. It's all about trial and ultimate success. Be fearless.
Hello and welcome to the kitchen. Today we're starting off with a couple of cocktails. The first one, I got my inspiration from the drink mojito. I love those. And that is a drink that has lime, mint, sugar, and white rum. I think it's important, first of all, to start off by naming your original concept. And I'm going to choose a name that has an S in it, of course. And instead of mojito, I'm going to call this one a sojito, because it employs a lot of things that you don't actually find in the original mojito. So this is a case of straight customization to my taste and texture. And let's see how I'm going to go about this one. Are you excited? Cocktail time! And we've got this beautiful pineapple. All we have to do is snap off. If I can do that, let me try this way. Yeah, the top there, don't need that, get rid of it. And then just start carving it up.
Carve around beyond the prickly bits, and you can actually squeeze out that precious juice to drink later. And what you're left with is sweet chunks that you can cut into squares for our purpose today. And we're adding sweet grapes, which we're perforating with a toothpick. Reason being, we're going to soak all of these in some rum to intensify that flavor.
So now this is some white rum. You can use your favorites, of course. And into this, we're going to just drop all our bits and pieces,
including some lovely maraschino cherries. And we'll leave these to soak, covered in the fridge for 1 hour to overnight, if you like, for more potency indeed.
Okay, these are some that I did earlier, and they've been in the fridge. So it's time now to just skewer them, plain old kebab sticks, and we're just going to put them on as decoratively as we can. You can really smell that rum. Delicious.
Let's rim the glass. First, mix lime zest and sugar. You'll need sliced lime too in a minute. Add a teaspoon of sugar. and some rum. And it's time to muddle this.
Right, some ice in there, just 1 cube, don't want to dilute it too much. And in with our lovely fruit stick for decoration, how pretty. And we're just going to top this up with some lemonade of your choice. Oh boy, there we go. Look at this. Dying to try this one, everyone. Dying to try this one. Look at the lovely stuff around the outside. Here we go. Solquito cheers. Makes you lick your lips. Delicious. Gotta try this. But when you do, make sure you give it the right name.
After that delicious Solquito, we're making a mocktail, which I'd like to call a Lagos Sunset. Juice-based and colorfully exciting.
Okay, everyone, mocktail time. What do we have here? Some beautiful oranges. We need a slice of that. So let's just go ahead and slice in the middle. Bingo! Lovely. Not dry. Juicy and delicious. Isn't that a pretty piece? And all we're going to do with that is get our little handy shaker. I don't have a cocktail shaker. If you don't, you can use a jar and just pop that in there like so. To this, I shall be adding a bit of lime. Let's go for a slice of this too. Beautiful. Love that color. It's going to be fresh and delicious. I think to avoid the seeds, I'll just cut the little edges here like so. There we go. And put these lovely bits in as well. All we have to do to this is just give it a good old muddle. We need a little pinch of salt in there, and then continue our muddle. I love the juxtaposition of salty and sweet. Look at that. I have some concentrated orange squash here. Just a little shot of that. I also have some of the juice of that beautiful pineapple. Let's get that in there. Lovely. And I've got some fresh orange juice from those beautiful oranges going in as well. Wonderful. Now, guess what we're going to do? We're going to have a little bit of a dance. Cover this up and just give it a lovely shake.
Looking forward to this juice-based, tangy, shaken but not stirred mocktail.
So this has been in the fridge. It's nice and cold now.
And we have a lovely jug and straw to serve this one in.
It just tips the beautiful contents of this into our jar.
This drink is inspired by a tequila sunrise, and what's attracting me here is the color separation, red and orange. Fun-looking drinks are some of my favorites, and you can really go extreme if you're willing to experiment, but we're keeping it fresh and simple this time.
I've got some beautiful cherry syrup here. You can use grenadine if you like. but my idea is to get a separation of red color and orange color. Fingers crossed. Here we go. We've got to try this one. After all that drinking, I think it's time for some food, don't you think? My appetite has been whet indeed. And I'm going to be making a shawarma. But this time, it's an adaptation of an original recipe. How am I making it mine, and what is my objective? Well, first of all, I'm looking for flavor, and I'm looking for texture. But I'm looking for my kind of flavors and my kind of texture.
So I've chosen some standout flavors like this liquid smoke, oyster sauce, and we're doing cabbage 2 ways and using delicious and tender fillet of beef too.
Everything will be wrapped together in that beautiful pita bread. So let's get started on this one and let's delight your taste buds once again. Okay everyone, there are a few little things we need to do to season this lovely fillet, which is going to be so soft and succulent for the shawarma. So starting off with some sliced onions. And just putting these into the bowl as part of our seasoning, breaking that up. Next thing, some garlic. We love garlicky taste. Handy crusher and crush away like so.
This ripe pepper is really hot, has intense flavor as well, and I am definitely happy to be wearing these gloves. This is liquid smoke, a concentrated smoky flavored fluid for barbecued meat. And we're also adding some coarse black pepper to this marinade. And basically, that's your base flavor for our fillet seasoning.
Now that we have done all that other cutting up, we can use our board for our meat. This is beautiful fillet. It has been trimmed, as you can see, of all that sinew, which makes it hard to cut and tough to eat. So basically I need fairly thin strips, and you can just see how the knife is going through this choice of meat so beautifully. My goodness, this is going to be such a treat. That's why I love fillets for this type of cooking, which is going to be fast and furious.
Always cut across the muscle striations and not along with them. Now cut these slices in half and begin adding them to the lovely marinade.
All we do now is just mix this luxuriously together, making sure you're breaking up all that garlic. I can smell the pepper. The onions are going to be delicious. And that meat. Let's go.
For my cabbage, I just selected a chunk And I want this steamed, not mushy. So I'm not pre-cooking it immersed in water. Once the cabbage is steamed though, I'm cutting it into large strips. And you can see that the texture isn't mushy. For the pickled element, which I love, I'm adding a mixture of vinegar and sweet chili sauce. This is going to be a pickled and sweet delicious balance.
Great, see this fantastic thick mayonnaise? This is what I love to taste, that creamy taste when it comes to the sauce that goes on the actual pita bread. So to this, garlic, I love that. And then we're going to add some chili, a little bit of that, and easy does it, a bit of salt. We didn't add any to the meat, but we're adding it here. Just give this a delicious mix. Make sure you break up all that garlic. Fantabulous. This pan is really hot. You put your hand here, you can see that it's going to start feeling uncomfortable. And we're doing this half and half. When it's halfway cooked, we're removing it because there's a second process that this meat is going to go through.
The par cooked meat is going back into the hot wok now with an addition of that oyster sauce, thick and sweet and umami at the same time till the meat is cooked through. I'm warming up my pita this way to make it pliable, and then you can see it comes apart really easily. Fold the end and then roll up nice and easy. There you go, done. A bit of foil also will keep the whole thing together. It looks like we approve. Enough said. Divine. Tasty.
I love hot dogs, all types of hot dogs. Small, medium, large, you name it, I love it. But one thing I don't particularly like is the bread part. So I wind up eating all the hot dog and very little of the bread. So this time I'm customizing my hot dog. I'm actually removing the bread all together, and what am I replacing it with? The good old plantain.
I needed the right plantain for this creation, which I found at my favorite veggie stand. Not too ripe, not too unripe. The Goldilocks of plantains, just right.
Now that we got our beautiful plantains sorted out, the next thing would be, what can I do to that hot dog or plantain dog to make it just a little bit more interesting, but still keep some of the elements that I do enjoy in normal hot dogs? Well, definitely some hot sauce is going in there, and then I thought it might be nice to top it off with some beautiful mozzarella cheese.
First, Let's just boil our hot dog sausage until they're cooked through.
These beautiful plantains you saw me buying, and just going to cut off the ends like that. And then I've lined this roasting tray with foil, and I'm just going to lay on the 2 plantains just like that. I'm going to give them a little bit of a dusting with a bit of salt, and then putting these under the grill for a good old roasting.
Once the plantains are well roasted, we'll take out the hot dogs and move on to the final stages. The idea is to form a beautiful hot dog bun with the plantain, stuffed with the sausage, hot pepper sauce, and of course, the mozzarella cheese. This is amazing! See what happens when you tap into your creativity? And guess what? You can do this too.
Well, the party's over, and it's time for us to say goodbye. I hope that this episode you have learned how not to be afraid to experiment with your own original recipes and recipes that are inspired by others, so that you can become the author of what you eat and delight yourself as usual and really impress your friends. It's goodbye from Food Journey, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Food Journey has a new Instagram. It's FOODJERNY @Food Journey. So if you were following us before, please come and follow us here now